All right, guys, and we got a few guys in here, 7. So, all right, so welcome back. It's been a while for me. I've been avoiding everybody apparently, so sorry about that. But anyways, today jumping back in, and I've been bowling a little bit, throwing it a little bit better, but I'm still having a hard time with these asymmetrical bowling balls. So the idea is today is trying to see if I can take one of these big old ASIMs that just override and do what they want to do and somehow get it to flare and look like a urethane ball without making it to where it's 100 feet, to see if we can get it to actually read and slow down a little bit more like a urethane. So with that being said, I'm going to show you the bowling balls that I got and try to explain what the heck is going on with them. So what we got there is a good old purple hammer. I've got a special effect, and I've got the upside down Hypnotize. Sorry, I'm in Brunswick for this, but it looked like a good one because they all scare me. So anyways, so you can see on this one, this is my special. This is my normal layout for ASIMs, which is 85 by 5 by 40, I believe. And then, of course, urethane is whatever. Now, the idea here is I'm going to show you how much flare I get out of the urethane. I'm going to show you how much flare I get out of this special effect. And then we're going to see live, because I have no idea either. As you can see, I still got the lines on this thing. I have no idea what's going to happen with this ball either. So with that being said, we're going to throw a couple warm-up shots, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to start out with the urethane. And, I'll bring it back, show you what's going on, all that good stuff with my flare and everything. And just to let you know, on a second note, we get the bowl on Viper. So I at least got a pattern which plays the gutter a little bit, so this will be interesting to see what happens. So, all right, guys, let me go set up the camera, and we'll go throw a couple shots. Sorry, I don't got my brother to help me out on this one, so you got to bear with me on this by myself. Well, that wasn't bad for a first shot out. But you can see that was my urethane. It went down the lane a little bit better than what it's showing over with the guys bowling, but it did a pretty good move. So I like the way it felt, so let's go ahead and show you what the flare looked like on that ball. All right. Let's go pull you guys over with me. And here we go. There's the purple. And as you can see, I got about that much flare out of it, until it ran out. So I would say at best, I probably 2 inches at best. That would be maximum as far as what I got for flare. Okay, so that felt good. We're gonna go ahead and jump, and we're gonna go over to the special. So I've got this thing sanded just so you can see the difference on the flare, and then hopefully I can explain why I've got this ball, the Hypnotize drilled, what I do, and what part of the flares I'm actually trying to use. So, okay, let me set you up again. The thing that's a little scary is that ball looks slower off the back end than the darn purple did. Oh boy, that is scary. So, all right, that was good enough. We're gonna go take this off. Let's go look at the flares. Sorry, my big hand's getting in the way. And here we go. And that already soaked up all the oil off the ball. Are you kidding me? All right, let's try that again. It already soaked the oil off the ball. Oh my gosh. I didn't think that ball did it that bad, but hey, I learned something now. So if you want a ball that's going to tear the lane up, get a special effect. It'll do it. It didn't even try. Well, that was a little better. But you can see with that ball too, sanded. I got that thing blasted at 500. But let's see if it actually kept the oil rings on this time. Come on out. And very vague. But you can see down here on my thumb, there's my track rings on the back side. So here's my mass bias. And here's the track rings coming across the bottom, which is about 3/4 of the way around the ball. All right, so what I'm trying to do here, if this makes any sense, is since the pin is up, the pin is above the mass bias as far as relationship to the grip, like so. What I'm trying to do is now, instead of letting the ball start here in this relationship, what I'm trying to do is when it flares all the way around, I'm actually trying to get it, sorry about that, to start on this side of the pin mass bias configuration, and hopefully it'll just flare a little bit and stop. I'm actually hoping for flare no bigger than when I got out of the purple, but since it's already at the back end of its flare potential, because remember, ASIMs don't flare evenly. Back end of the flares definitely tighten up. So what I'm doing is saying, okay, we're not even going to let those get aggressive. We're just going to keep it on the back end, start it there, and see how calm it is. So with that being said, here we go. We're going to try this ball. As you can see, I haven't thrown it yet. Let's see what the flare does. And hopefully it doesn't hit any holes. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh. Did you guys see that? I hope you guys saw that. That didn't look bad at all. Let's go take a look. Please do what I was hoping. Here we go. So it's still flared around, but then, as you can see, the flares got right over here, and it actually kind of stopped it a little bit. I would say I got about, for me on this big of a bowling ball, I got about, what would you say, 3.5, 4 inches total flare? That is awesome. Oh gosh, I hope that's not a fluke. I'm gonna do it again. All right, I'm gonna put you up front, guys. You're gonna watch about 6 or 7 shots. I hope it's doing what I think it's doing, because if I saw what I did, I really like it. So, all right, guys, have fun. Let's watch me throw a few shots. Did what I expected. What I expected. Talked with Eddie Payne back here, and he's kind of surprised also. Yeah. Sorry guys, no spare shooting today. So my boy Eddie Payne just said, it looks like a urethane, but a little lengthier, but it stands up on the back like it does. But it's not standing up, it's still tipping a little bit. It's not standing up. The flares aren't as tight as the Purple Hammer, but boy, are they a lot tighter than that special effect. That's fair enough. I leave a 210. I go too far left with the urethane. I don't feel like that ball's bobbing me. So nice. But it's got a little bit more length than the urethane. I imagine if I probably get it to bounce a little bit. This is... Alright, I'm putting dibs on this layout. We're gonna call it this, we're just gonna call it the Max Bob layout. Who cares? Oh gosh. I'm gonna throw the purple one time from there just to see the difference. Alright, same spot as the Hypnotize. I think I got it. I think I hit this thing. Again, same spot as the purple. Yes. Yes. That was cool. That's what you do with your thing when you overhit it. It hooks early. This is awesome. All right, I'm going to throw one last shot, and then we're going to take a look and see, hopefully, exactly where these flare rings went. I am absolutely 100% onto this layout, and it's a urethane layout-ish. I'm almost guaranteeing it. But, all right, let's see if we can get some flare rings to show up here. Okay, so Deborah, here we go. And as you can see, as this thing's flaring, it's really not increasing its flare distance. If anything, these are fairly tight for what I would normally get. Wow, I'm only getting, the flare rings are only getting back to here, which is probably about a third less of the flare that I would normally get on that ball. That's about a third less. So, yeah, yes, I think this is something for those people that sit there and scream bloody murder that they don't like urethane. But this upside down layout where it's already kind of, it's not increasing its energy anymore. It's already past that point. So if anything, it's just going to lose a little energy going down the lane with a resin ball, all that good stuff. This ball honestly hooked about 2 boards more than the purple, just on the few shots I threw. The purple was definitely a little lazier. The Hypnotize, being resin, bounced off the spot a little bit. But, I mean, I took a ball that I normally would flare, oh, good God, 9, 10 inch, you know, I mean, silly. And I took it down to where it's flaring less than 4, but there's flare rings. I think I'm onto it. I think there's something to it. So, as a recap, the layout is negative 100 by 4 by 65. That's the one I used on a Hypnotize. Let you again look at it one more time. So, here's the layout. Pin is right in the ring finger. And the man's bias is definitely on the other side, 6 inches away. So, guys, this was fun. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I thought I might have been a fool and just been wasting your guys' minute to watch me do this. But I'm on to something. I will definitely do a recap on this with a couple other ASIM balls because this one looked awesome. So, all right, guys, everybody, as usual, like to thank Hammer, I Am Bowling, and Vice Inserts for everything. Until next time, have a good one. Bye.